Or I am natty, your majesty. Oh, that's so rude. I wish they could just say I am natty without the majesty or the human lord.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
Honorable? You must be thinking of the nobles.
Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime.
Don't you have a battle to fight first?
I meant after we defeat the Blight, of course. I doubt Loghain will give me a moment's rest until then. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
Psh. I heard the king was well enough when I left.
Good. I hope to work with him as well as my father did. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly
What a
with you
great
in their
man.
ranks.
We'll see about it.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Optimistic but naive, man. And we may not like him, we don't know them, and we're smart enough to know not to...
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the darkspawn here.
Yeah, we're smart enough to know not to insult everyone, especially a king. Yeah, you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victory so far, the darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
You could if you were not such a fool.
You must not speak of the king so. He is overeager, perhaps, but he is also one of the few Grey Warden allies. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to turn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
And why is it so secret?
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
I'm not the only recruit you have.
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Oh boy. A lot of code. Oh, we leveled. Codex. So many codex. Okay. The Karkari Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the land of Realtimewithpause in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a horde on every doorstep, a powerful Earl of the Alamari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the dark forest of the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assault on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep in the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the transcendent wilder folk. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her son all dead at the Arl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from one son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Arl's name as she did so. Oh. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Arl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of his Arling stood to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend, of course, the Kokori Wilds. There are as many legends about the great southern forest as there are shadows, or so the sayings go. The transcendent wilder folk have made their homes there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread so far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mist are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire foils of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the transcendent elk out of existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds, and the lowlands folks could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Kokori Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need be said? From the land of the Wilders by Mother Alien, Chantry Scholar, 918, Dragon. That's it. Creatures. Archdemon. In darkness eternal they search for those who goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their guide, their betrayer. The sleeping dragon Dumat, their taint, twisted even the false god and the whisperer, awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world, the first blight. Thrandes 8-7. The false dragon gods of the Tevinter Imperium lie buried within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the Darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when Darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted, and leads the Darkspawn into a full-scale invasion on the land. A blight. Oh wow. So when they search for the dragons, and when they find it, they become more tainted? Huh, that's interesting. Which starts the blight. Two other characters. King Killian Therian. I had hoped for a war like in the tales, a king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against the tainted god. Son of the legendary King Merrick Therian, Killian was the first Ferelden king born in the land free from foreign reign in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he held the throne alongside his queen, Honora. Logain MacTyr. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Logain was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the Resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the first true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Arcelian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Logain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideas of hard work and independence. Huh. Now what controls popped up? Combat basics, ranked creatures, health poultices, fatigue, locked item. Oh, one more. Stealth. That's it. Alrighty, next we can item. Oh crap! Items received. Newest. Mace, arrow. What arrow? Swap. Oh, never mind. Armor, dagger. We have nowhere for this. Firebolt, bow, another ruin, Larian. We have a lot of crap. Level up. Dex, will, cunning. Actually, I want to take cunning off and put it in strength. Yeah, that's perfect. You can do. I think we're gonna stick with dual weapon at this point. So let's do the Lose a Swift and unsportsmanlike kick to the target, imposing penalties to defense and movement. Oh, that would have been good. Whereas this does sweep, this does weapon training. Goes to the normal bonus offhand. Oh, do striking. When in this mode, oh, this is a toggleable. No, I can't think of the name. I don't want to say mode. The character cannot inflict regular crit. Sorry, we're gonna bypass that. Let's do the offhand weapon thing. So dual weapon training. Play. We have an extra slot. So, when being attacked, lowest target at range, nearest visible, 30 fighting goes first, and then self anything under 25. No, it's on. You know what? No, I don't even want to use it on Natty. So let's instead do when that's the top is priority. So let's do when an enemy clustered. That is, if they can attack, actually, if an enemy is stunned, I guess that technically counts as can attack. I'm gonna stick with stunned. If the enemy is stunned, then we're using dual weapon suite. And then I don't know. And then if we enemy if an ally or if ourselves are surrounded by enemies, at least 3. Oh no, we didn't take that, didn't we? Yeah, never mind. Yeah. If ourselves are surrounded by no enemies, then we're gonna switch to a range weapon. Save. At least for now. But I am extremely curious on what the noble stuff would have, what the noble dwarf would have looked like, and what would have happened.
Well met.
Are we going the right way, actually? Yeah, we are. Cool.
The Grey Warden tent is across the bridge. Find me there if you wish.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Tell me of Astagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
And where's the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
I imagine. And the Circle of Magi is
A
here.
few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
I want to ask you something else.
Go on, then.
No, I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Astagar. Representing the furthest point of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the fortress of Astagar was once one of the most important defensive holdings south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, watching for any signs of invasion by the barbarians known today as the Chastened Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the fertile lowlands to the north and proved to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensive position. Like most imperial holdings in the south, Astagar was abandoned after the Tevinter's collapse during the first blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chastened Wilders, and then, as the Chastened threat dwindled, following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation fell to completely ruin. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries, though most of the walls stand still, as does the Tower of Ishal, named after the Great Archon that ordered its construction. Astagar remains a testament to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Feltrine, Chantry Scholar. Let's see if that... So much going
Sorry,
on.
but the mages must not be interrupted.
What are they
I'm
doing?
sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Sure. Magi encampment.
We stand here in this
When?
hour, good folk.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I am Natty.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
It's not luck, but skills that was
And I'm sure you have plenty of that to offer. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
Do you know much about Darkspawn?
Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example?
Not much. I'm a dwarf after all.
It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
What's the Black City?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
And is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
At least it's something to ponder.
Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Not at all. When? Characters. I will not lie motionless in the bed, but covertless up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Wynne's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be first Enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the tower of the King Callion's call to arms, Wynne volunteered to go to Ostengard. That's cool.
You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before him in the land beyond the place, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our
Who are
heads
you?
and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
Cleric. Weird.
I do not have time to speak at present, thank you.
Sure. Quartermaster.
Any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Shield. David.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
And what did you think I'd be?
Not a dwarf. Yet, here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Aren't there barbarians in the forest?
Chasing barbarians, yes. Cannibals, and witches too. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Then it seems like an odd place for the army to camp then.
I'm told the Blight started in the forest, so the army's here waiting for them to come out, dangling meat in front of the bear, if you catch my meaning. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see, like we have a choice.
True. They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Huh. Where was that? That was a chest I saw. Oh, that's not the way. Cool.
Right.
A dagger.
Oh, may I fetch something for you?
You don't have to. No, ma'am. Servant, soldier. War council. Interesting. I want money. For the chest. A trinket.
That course of action is inadvisable.
Are you serious?
Welcome, young woman.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
They're not feared by dwarves.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Wait. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
Are you sure? Sounds like a hard practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
Because you were already made tranquil. Let's talk about something else.
Of course. What may I assist you with?
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness, Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
I should go.
Goodbye.
And since you have an issue with this... Wait.
Hail to you.
Codex should... Doesn't the Codex have a journal? The Tranquil are the least understood but most visible members of the Circle. Every city of respectable size boasts of a circle of magi shop, and every one of these shops is run by a Tranquil proprietor. The name is a misnomer, for they are not tranquil at all. Rather, they are like inanimate objects that speak. If a table wished to sell you an enchanted penknife, it could pass as one of those people. Their eyes are expressionless, their voice monotone. Incomparable craftsmen they might be, but they are hardly the sort of mages to put ordinary folk at ease. From the Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantley Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Okay. Back to the Quartermaster. Is there another? Prisoner. Interesting. Quartermaster.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help tracking this girl down?
Well, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
If you did, you would've. What kind of supplies do you
Arms
have?
and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Of course. Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Oh, you have lyrium stuff. All of this is way too high, my guy. Let's see the regular stuff.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Okay. Shield. Sell. You don't want to sell that. Sell. One of these. Sell both of these. Sell the shields. I'm keeping them all. But they took his stuff. Smart. Let's sell two. Sell two. Perfect. Now let's see. Dagger, great sword. Stuff we don't. What's the difference between? Well, one uses dex and one uses crit chance. Huh. Legit, what's the difference between a crossbow and the damage 5, penalties 3.6, range 21, crossbow, range 40, 5, 2. Huh. We are kind of beefy. So none of this. I do want a backpack. Increases inventory by 10. We need at least one of these. And I want that's good enough. And then let's do that kills Darkspawn. I'm not letting that go. I want to keep at least one of the dwarven stuff. Let's keep the alright. Sell that. That's fine. We're fine. Crafting. Mix potions. Trap. Fine. Soldier.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
Of course. What's the problem?
This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Why do you think I can muzzle him?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be. All wardens are immune to the darkspawn taint.
I'm not a warden.
The most
yet.
you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
How smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
I'll give it a shot. Could we? I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. The animal is very ill. The muzzle on him. Oh, we can kill him? The Mabari growls weakly, but does not challenge you.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
Yeah.
There's
Why?
a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
Where in the wilds would I find
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
The dog be alright without it?
If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down.
I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of the Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is its oldest myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling have been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. There was a I wanted to kill. I just don't remember.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Turn Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Ash Warlock.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision.
How do you know so much about? How do you know much? Wait, look. You know much about us dwarves?
Some, like all Ash warriors. Our training originates from the dwarves.
Oh.
Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash warriors, as you should well know.
Why would we know that? I should know what?
Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the dwarf son. He trained with the berserkers of your kind, long ago.
So you are the same as berserkers in Azamar?
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain. But I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Why have you painted your dog?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. The blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
Smart. I should be going. What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survive the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The Wardens say the tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Interesting. Go. Oh, this is dog. Ooh, a nurse.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
Oh, someone!
Aww.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Cleric, I'm guessing. There's a chest.
On it.
Arrows, taken it.
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Soldier wounded. They do have a lot going on here. Night.
May the Maker preserve us all. They say the Darkspawn horde has grown larger.
There's Duncan.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
No, I'm fine
Do
right
not
now.
wait too long before seeking out Alistair. As I said earlier, we will need to begin preparations for the joining before nightfall.
Yeah, we know. Oh yeah, you're the one we talked to
We who
already.
betrayed your prophet Andraste now beg your forgiveness.
Logain's guard. Huh. Royal Enclave. Come on, people. I don't sit on it.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Logain. State your business.
Tell me about Teyrn Logain.
How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Marik's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Marik rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Logain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
What is he doing? Is he inside?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
Sure, you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Logain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I don't want to talk to him.
Very well.
He's guard.
Greetings. King Cailan is not in his tent right now.
You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Logain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the upcoming battle.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go then.
As you wish.
Interesting. I think that's where we came from. So did we? The Wilds, Infirmary, Dog Kennels, Water Master, Fire Tent. Yeah, I guess we're going.
Soldiers of Ferelden, my sister
Oh, we didn't go this way.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You're a very strange human.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
How could a dwarf be a mage?
You never know, these mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, from Orzammar. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
I can't prepare on my own.
I know. I felt the same way when I did this. Unfortunately, they don't give us much choice. There haven't been any dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
Not a clue. I spend my time fighting guardsmen myself.
Oh, I guess you've got a more colorful background than Duncan let on. But don't worry, you'll see plenty of Darkspawn now. And probably sooner than you'd like. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
The argument I saw, what was that about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are. Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage. Wait, what's a Templar?
You don't know? Quick version then. The Chantry tries to control mages because they're dangerous. So they keep Templars that train to hunt down and kill apostates. That's what I was being trained as when Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
I've met Davith.
Right, that cutpurse Duncan conscripted. Not sure what Duncan sees in him, to be honest. Keep an eye out, maybe we'll see the other one, or I can track him down later.
You don't have to accompany me, do you?
Don't worry, I'll try not to embarrass you.
I look forward to traveling with you.
You do? Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Cozy. Alistair. You know, one good thing about this blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. Now, what I do want to do is swap. Your level, what, my guy? Four. We're level 3. Interesting, but it makes sense. You're in Templar Warrior. Interesting. Let's give you. I'm not giving you that hill. Let's give you this. I kind of want to get. Oh, that's. Templar shield is better. War axe better? No, you're on. You have all tier 2 stuff. Oh, wait, but this is. Main hand tier 2. It's less damage, but it penetrates armor more. And it's a damage towards the Darkspawn. I'm looking more for. Where's your ability? You have, as a Templar, Righteous Strike, passive. To control mages and slay abominations. Each of the Templar melee hits an enemy drains its mana. Cool. Warrior. Fine. Weapon and shield. Which makes sense. combat to... Wow. Let's do that really quick. First, you have fire range, shield cover, less than 50 shield bash, and self health 125. I'm going to regret this, but we use the most powerful. Save.